We are going to discover the production process of authentic Spanish Serrano ham. Years ago, the Serrano ham curing process began at the end of autumn, beginning of winter in rural areas. It was a ritual, a family celebration based on an animal which culminated in the slaughter. Once slaughtered and quartered, the fresh hams were completely covered with coarse sea salt. The cold was an essential element in creating a suitable environment, as was the high humidity that favored the salt absorption. Then in spring and summer, with the high temperatures and low humidity, the ham turned into a cured product of supreme gastronomic quality. And all this happened high up in the hills or mountainous regions, Sierra, which is why the product is known as Serrano ham. Today it is produced in the same way to preserve the essence of yesteryear, although now the process takes place in modern facilities that are equipped with the latest technology to obtain this traditional Serrano ham. The current production processes are divided into two stages: stabilization and maturing. Stage 1, stabilization. This first stage is the most important part. Good raw material, without which the end product would not be what it is. The pigs from whose limbs the Consorcio Serrano hams are made must be slaughtered in Spain, and it is with this excellent raw material our journey begins. It starts with the salting stage, in which the raw material, the fresh hams, are covered in common and curing salts. This helps to eliminate moisture. It favors the preservation of the pieces, and it contributes to the formation of the typical color and aroma of cured products. Then, after a few days, the process moves on to the washing or brushing stage with water to get rid of the excess salt that might be stuck to the surface. The hams are then taken to the drying sheds, where they are air-dried to drive out all the moisture. This is when the resting or post-salting period begins, which ends with the stabilization of the product to give it consistency. This is carried out in controlled conditions of temperatures between 0 and 6 degrees and a relative humidity of between 70 and 95%. The product is kept in these conditions for at least 40 days, although the longer the period, the better, because this is when the ham, the raw meat, turns into food. Now onto the second stage, the maturing. The right amount of ham and environmental conditions are essential at this stage to enhance the transformation of the raw material into top quality food. At this stage of drying and maturing, the temperature is increased progressively and gradually from 6 degrees to a maximum of 34 degrees Celsius, and the relative humidity is kept between 60 and 80%. We round off our journey with the aging and refinement, or bodega, which is a crucial stage for hams that are destined to be top quality products. Although the hams stay here as long as necessary, this process takes at least 252 days, around 36 weeks, which starts with the initial salting and reaching a minimum weight loss of 34% of the weight of the fresh product. Consorcio del Jamón Serrano Español, with S of selection, with S of Serrano. To obtain our high-quality Serrano ham and be classified as Consorcio Serrano ham, it is essential that the technical staff of the consortium carry out a series of supervision and control activities, which consist of regularly auditing all the factories and authorized facilities. They monitor the curing process and check the results of all the tests carried out during the process. They inspect the Serrano hams one by one, selecting only those that satisfy all the quality standards established by the Consorcio del Jamón Serrano Español, and they reject any that have external defects. Once the best Serrano hams have been selected, which are called Jamón Serrano, they are identified with the distinguishing mark of the fire seal and the numbered control labeling so that the product can be traced. End product. Thanks to all these processes and quality controls, the resulting Serrano ham with a typical distinct pink to reddish purple color and a glistening shiny appearance when cut is absolutely perfect. It's a meat with a delicate flavor, tasty, not very salty, and a lovely intense and balanced aroma. The texture is pleasant for the palate, and the sensory characteristics of Consorcio Serrano ham make it a unique product with an exquisite taste. A delicious gift for the senses, one that is the essence of Spain.